Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I present to you round one. The Wrath of the Gods retold main event, $15,000 prize pool tournament here, ladies and gentlemen. And spawning in the bottom of the map is everyone's favorite Age Mythology player to watch right now. It's TheMista, and he is going to be showing us today what he reckons about Hades. His opponent, quivering in his boots, playing his Chronos, going to be attempting to make something happen here in game number one. It's Kenzie Mahfi, affectionately known as Kenzie. As little bit of goat herding here as TheMista trying to take all those back. Doesn't want to lose any goats in this one. Looks like he is looking to be advancing very, very quickly here. This is something that Mr. has been doing very consistently against every single Chronos player, because the Chronos players keep trying to rush him. He doesn't scout this out. He doesn't know what the Chronos player is doing, though maybe he does. It wouldn't surprise me, to be completely honest, it wouldn't surprise me if TheMista has in the back of his mind the timing for when the house is supposed to be completed and what score his opponent's supposed to be on. Would that be that insane for someone as high level as TheMista to have kind of worked out? And then he just looks up and he goes, okay, what's the score looking at? Oh, okay, no, it's too low. He must be going for the rush. Okay, somebody needs to go in and work this out for me. But we're going to be seeing Leto coming through here for Kenzie. He's going to be sending the temple forward. And Kenzie is going to be putting that pressure on. Villagers coming over onto the gold. It's already advanced time here for TheMista. He's going to be having his Ajax out. He's going to be getting himself the favor in to get himself that Vaults of Erebus through. And we'll see how things are going to go now. The big kind of advantage, to some degree, for going for automatons against Hades is that your opponent's main base doesn't, like with sentinels, can't really defend itself. You absolutely need to have a hero in here. And Mr. is sending his Ajax scouting at the moment as the automaton are slowly going to be making their way into the main base of TheMista here, looking for a villager kill or something at the moment. The Zom comes down. The villagers retreating away. Kenzie looking for something to take out as there's the classical age. He can't find the temple in time. No deconstruction. And the forest on this side is completely blocking all of this in as the automaton gets flung into the forest and it's stuck there. It can't get out. Let's just ignore that that's happened. Nothing happened over there. Automaton going to be retreating away. Achilles is out, and Mr. is completely safe. Temple going to be coming back. Automaton over here is dead. We're ignoring this, okay? I just want to get a nice little... Look at this guy. Alright, he's dead. Town Center now going to be coming up for Kenzie, but the Ajax is already in. The Ajax is already in, and now Kenzie has to delete the town center and move back home. This is as bad as it can get for an opening here. Now, Kenzie can drop a village center in his main base. That's exactly what he's going to be doing. But the Scott boss here, the Tasker boss, already sees this. And the question is now, where to next for TheMista? As the temple on the front also out of position, getting crumbled down here as well. Mr. says no to the Vaults of Erebus and yes to the town center. As well, what's better than a village center? A settlement. But this town center doesn't really secure a whole lot here. And the Oracle will be able to spot this over here. Kotoskopos is going to be scouting around the map here, trying to find oracles to take out. As Mr. checking back over onto the settlement, making sure that no little sneaky shenanigans are going to be coming through here. We see that Ambler for Pfiestis is picked up as well for the Mister, so he's going to be using that in a big way. A couple of those Terma are going to start coming through. As the spider eggs get dropped down onto that position there, Hero Terma getting created as the Mister is just simply going to be retreating away. Moving all the way back home. Achilles coming through, going to get a couple of shots in onto the Terma, but he's just going to be pulling back home. Doesn't lose it, but Kenzie is going to be really, really struggling to make anything happen at this point. As the villagers moving forward onto the berries for the Mister. He's got second Town Center up. He's on this wood line. He's not going for this hunt. Instead, just opting for farms here super early. Just going, I don't need to risk it for the biscuit, so to speak. Going to be able to snipe down an Oracle. That's always a big kill. 100 resources down the drain. And Mister's already picked off another one in this game. Is where to next here for Kenzie is the big question. But the Mister at the moment, no units built. Needs to get a granary down. Now gets that one down. But no units built here. No need for watchtowers. He's got his sentinels. All his villages incredibly safe at the moment. So the question, I guess, the players need to ask themselves is now Mister's going to be getting himself watchtowers. Is, okay, do I need to make units at the moment? And I think, for the Mister here, the answer is a resounding no. He can just get himself watchtowers. He can go heroic age. These 3 Termas, 7 Termas, whatever Kenzie is building here, are not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage to him. And he's just going to shoot his way up to the heroic age at this point. As we see the spider lair, another spider lair onto this position going down. But the problem, I mean, the big weakness here for the Mister is that he's on the back gold mine. So if Kenzie builds up enough of a force, denies this gold mine over here, pressures this gold mine over here, it could be a way forward at the moment for Kenzie to find some sort of an advantage here. Temple coming back up onto this spot. An armory going to be coming through for Kenzie as well. He's going to be wanting to go to the heroic age himself. This village is now going to move out onto the hunt. He's on both sides over here. As you do see, this Kotoskopos going to be checking out the town center settlement here. Gold mine. We'll be seeing some forward villagers on this hunt. Only the 1 mana to protect these, so could send out a little raiding force there to get a bit of value. As the Achilles over here does get sent packing by a whole bunch of javelins. As the Terma are going to be chasing that one down. Trying to get as much damage as they possibly can. And now the Mister already up through Aphrodite. Already has his farms down in a big way. And just to pull... Oh, I wonder if she'll delete that. Just to pull the slightest amount of interesting facts about farming. Shout out to Automaton on YouTube for this one. There are only 8 efficient farms. But it doesn't really matter where you put those 8 farms such that they are attached to the town center in some way. So Mister putting 8 farms around here like this, these 2 farms look a bit wonky, but they are just as efficient as the rest of these farms here. Maybe this one's a bit funky looking, but I think it's fine. As now Mister's going to be getting himself that Sarissa, all the other stuff there coming through as well, as we do see Hyperion on the way, and some oracles have been built out right now for Kenzie. As there's the heroic age in, unit's going to be pushing out onto the map. See Kenzie trying to push forward and see if he can get any sort of villager kills with those Terma. Not going to be able to. Has to retreat back. Kenzie can utilize this position here. He's got so many spider lairs One hoplite gets taken down. This one manages to avoid death. But the Termera simply going to just be running all the way back as Hyperion comes through. And we will start seeing Contarius Arcus on the way for Kenzie at this point. He does have 45 favor, so he can start getting himself a healthy amount of those Satyr numbers up. We talked about this earlier on. It's very, very important in order to take out those hoplites to build yourself those Satyr. They are so paramount to being able to deal with this infantry ball. As Mr. already starting to build into the hoplite Peltas shenanigans here. Looking for little raids onto the bottom side of the map there, as well as the villagers are going to be pulling back home. And the next question is, where to for Mr.? He's got his forward gold mine kind of secured with houses, slowly starting to build buildings up around there. Mr. does have to be worried about implode hitting as well as another sort of big landmine, so to speak, that Hades has to avoid in this matchup. But Kenzie is busy spamming out units. Does have the slightest of population advantage in this game in terms of civilian units, even though he's on that village center. But that doesn't really translate into an economic advantage, as the Atlantean citizens do only gather at like 1.5x of a regular villager. They don't have any drop-offs time, so it's kind of hard to calculate, but in the end it kind of seems like the villagers are gathering at roughly the same amount of time, or roughly the same speed in a practical game. As the Mista going to be pushing back for the time being here. And what can Kenzie do to stop this big push? He's got himself 2 Satyrs. He's now getting himself Gemini. He's also grabbing that Sons of the Sun technology. As the Satyr going to be getting some good damage. More units are going to be coming through here. There is Restoration, but Mr. won't want to use that until after the Chaos. Chaos gets dropped down. Restoration gets used at the last instant there. Curse gets dropped down. Kenzie has to retreat back into the main base. And Mystery's not going to mind about walking into this main base at all. There's a town center here. There is a village center. This thing doesn't do anything unless you've got a unit inside of it. Whether that's a citizen, an ox cart, an Arcus, doesn't really matter, but you need to have a unit in there for it to do some damage. The villagers on this front gold mine are going to be getting taken out very, very quickly, as the Mista is seeing his advantage, and he is going to be pushing it to the nth degree here, as Kenzie decides in that moment he is too far behind and taps out, as the Mista walks to a very, very swift game 1 victory here. Obviously, solid play here from Themis. I mean, in the early game here, that early automaton rush, ever since it popped up, I've been like, it's good if your opponent doesn't respect that it's a possibility. But as soon as they just play a standard game, advance nice and quick, doesn't really do anything. And the Mista proves that for the nth time in this tournament thus far. And you can see that with that earlier village center, you know, Kenzie is kind of close on the resources, but he does end up falling behind here, regardless of having the higher citizen count. Even just barely. But well played here for the Mista. We'll move on to game number 2. If you guys are enjoying this one, please consider following the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and we'll move into the next game. We're back in the left side of the map playing as Ride is TheMista. In the right hand corner of the map playing as Isis, it is Kenzie. Obviously, Kenzie there not getting off to the start he really wanted. He wanted to put the pressure on Mr. He wanted to say, I'm not scared of you. I will pull the rush out and I will throw it at you and see if it sticks. And stick, it did not. Will he go for another aggressive play here in game number 2 is the big question. But this is the thing. When you're playing against a player of TheMista's caliber, of Magic's caliber, of Recon's caliber, you start asking yourself these questions. Wait, am I even good enough? Is the only way that I can find a win is if I trick my opponent? And then you can actually start finding yourself making a lot of mistakes, so making decisions you might otherwise not make in a proper game, and making the game actually a lot harder for yourself to find wins. You'll see how this is all going to go as TheMista opens up with the stock standard monuments of the villagers here. He's got the villagers all on top of this hunt, already shooting his gazelle nice and close to his granary. Absolutely stock standard stuff there. As he's now going to start dropping those obelisks. And this is what's important here. For Ra, in this matchup, I do not believe in a naked fast second talent center here from Ra. Reason being is you can very, very easily stop a naked second talent center from the Isis. Or even a handful of units second talent center from the Isis. Especially if that Isis player takes the slow route to the classical age, puts the talent center down later, and goes for these sort of early Flood of the Nile, pickaxe, and all that other good stuff in this archaic age. So we'll see exactly what Mister's going to go for. And you're already going to be putting up the obelisk over here. Let's have a quick look on what he's going to be seeing. You see he puts one obelisk onto his own side of the map, and then already is he onto Kenzie's side of the map trying to find town centers. Kenzie, on the other hand, he's checking out the entirety of his own map. He sees his town center over here, and he sees his town center up to this top side. And he's just going to continue to get more vision cooking here, which is obviously not a terrible thing to do. He's going to be able to see the entirety of the map, and that's going to make Mister's ability to move around the map a little bit more challenging. And there's the dark coming through. It's going to be a 415. Not really any surprises here. Lots of villagers on the gold at the moment, and I do see a couple of villagers on wood as well. So this is, to me, not really a surprise. He's got enough favor in the bank to get himself out the Wadget, a handful of priests, and all the other good stuff to put some big pressure out onto the map. And for Kenzie, 5 villagers on gold. So this is not going to be a fast second town center. And I rate this move very, very highly. Like, the reason I think this is good on this map is that all these gold mines are forward. A fast second town center like up here doesn't really get you very much. If you look at what Mr. sees on his side of the map, he sees a gold mine here, he sees his town center over here, he sees a town center on this side. He doesn't really know which one to go for just yet. He's going to be getting himself out of the Wadget, moving across the map, going to be looking for a little bit of pressure, and he does drop a barracks down. So it's going to be one town center opening here for Mister to kick this game off. The second Wadget comes through, so no fast farms or anything. As Kenzie, he's already... Oh, did I tell a lie? No, he's moving up onto this food at the back. He's going to be getting himself very, very early Cryosphinx here. So it might be... And a market and an armory. Okay, I thought that was a double barracks there for a second. The Sphinx is going to be going down to the bottom side of the map there. Villagers here for TheMista. Now moving out onto the Ford. Are they going to the Ford Gold Mine? Or are they going to Ford Hunt? What is he doing? Is he going for a town? Oh, he's already got the resource for a town center. Okay. So just the one barracks. A couple of units here just to make sure he doesn't fall victim to all too much early game shenanigans. But he's going to be moving out onto this town center nonetheless. And Kenzie, I think he's in a really good spot here. He's got 2 monuments up. The only thing I would like to see is a 3rd monument. As I say that, it's already being built. I love, love, love this play here from Kenzie. He can go for either Sobek or Nephthys. He could go for Mass Sphinx, he could go for Mass Patsukos, or he could go for a Scorpion Man. And he can go for a really, really big all-in with Ancestors Eclipse and all of those myth units behind it. This is one of Isis's strongest all-ins. He could also consider going straight to the Mythic Age behind this. However, what Mista's done at this point, very, very nice here, he's getting up a town center close to this gold mine. Chooses not to get the safer back town center here that doesn't secure anything. This town center here will make it considerably difficult for Kenzie to get in and get a gold starve cooking here. But the big problem for Mista at the moment, whether it's big or not, we'll see if it's going to matter, is that generally speaking, this town center would be up at about 5 minutes-ish, maybe even as fast as 4 minutes 30, depending on the sort of advance times. Which means Kenzie, he's going to be equal at this exact moment in terms of villages. And then following this, he's going to start falling behind, which gives him more time to kind of hit his all-in. As we see, Segment, they got a choice here for the Mista. Makes a lot of sense. Forward Citadel Center to try and defend this. We see some houses coming down on this position as the Mista knows how potent Meteor can be. So he's trying to get that sorted on a different position here. As the Sphinx manages to come through, will he get a villager kill? He does have that upgraded Sphinx. Double upgraded Sphinx actually there. Haruko Sphinx going to have to retreat back. Obelisk going to get taken out on that spot. A couple more Wadgets on the way right now for Themis. As, I mean, this is the thing about the Wadget. If Ancestors Eclipse comes down and the Wadgets are close by, or even if they're not, if they're in the fight to some degree, they're going to be absolutely able to annihilate myth units. And that's Ancestors, that's Scorpion Men, that's everything. So Kenzie has to figure out how he's going to be able to hit this timing attack against all of these Wadgets. As the Sphinx hits up to the top side, but Mista's got the monkeys. Ancestors Eclipse getting dropped down onto this top position over here. There are a lot of villagers on this position as well here. That does get spotted by Kenzie. He's going to be able to send those minions through onto that bottom position. We've got the Scorpion Men in onto this spot here as well, as the Wadgets are going to get moved up over here as the minions move down to the bottom position. Those are villagers there that he can get some damage done onto as the Minion's going to try and take out the Wadget. We're seeing Kenzie going up through Osiris incredibly quickly. The strategy is as clear as day for Kenzie. It's going to be Son of Osiris to take out those Wadgets. It's going to be delay as much as he can here to stop Mista from trying to get his own Mythic Age through. And then it's going to be Mummies, Son of Osiris, and Camel Riders all the way to move forward here. But the problem, and it's a really, really considerable problem right now for Kenzie, is he doesn't have a gold mine. He put his Migdol in his main base. He's not moving out onto this position. His priest is stuck. That's less of a problem and more of a funny thing. As the villagers making a way over onto this Migdol stronghold, we see the Citadel Center does get dropped down onto this position here. Villagers retreating back off of the top here. He's got the deer to grab and all the other good stuff over there as well. Now the lull before the storm. Slowly but surely these camel riders are going to come through. We do see a whole bunch of spearmen coming in here now for the Mista in an attempt to defend the Camel Rider menace. But Camel Riders are scary. They move very quickly, 6 speed, and once you get that upgrade, they go up to 7.2 speed. Incredibly quick, but the longer Kenzie waits in this game to get anything done, the more challenging this game becomes. He's got a lot of wood in the bag. He's got 78 favor here. Those mummies will come out in a really, really big way. You can already see him queue up 2 mummies and grab that Atef crown. There's the Son of Osiris as well as what's Mr. doing on the other side. Citadel Center. Fortified Town Center coming through. Units retreating back. Is it full scramble? Farms coming down. Mister's got to know that these spearmen are not going to do very well against mummies. He does have wadgets to kind of snipe down the mummies. The 18 range is really nice. The mummies on the back have got only 12 range, but the Son of Osiris, that's got 18 range as well. And it's basically going to 1-hit or 2-hit those wadgets. I think it's a 1-hitting the wadgets. Is that right? Hang on, let me double check. 4x. Yeah, I think you can safely assume that the wadget dies from that, right? No, maybe not. 2 hits. 2 hits them. There you go. Nonetheless, villagers now moving out onto the secondary gold mine here. Kenzie's death ball starting to get constructed. The units here for the Mister starting to move out. Trying to get a little bit of value here. Kenzie needs to get his Son of Osiris in to help out and start doing something. The longer this process happens for Kenzie, the closer the Mister gets to the Mythic Age. He's already clicked up, or he's already pre-queued that Osiris. He wants that one to come through as soon as possible. Spearmen coming in onto this position. The mummies vomiting onto those spearmen onto the back here. They do so much damage. It takes a long time for the damage to actually come in, but that special attack hurts. Obelisks coming up all over the place here as Mister's trying to hold on. Another marker coming up. There's the rain to try and get a little bit more food in. There's not really a whole lot of gold in the bank right now for the Mister, but he does have 32 villagers on gold as the Mister is just beckoning Kenzie to run in here and fight underneath this Citadel Center. The Citadel Center is the strongest defensive fortification, and it's fortified town centers. As the units here for Kenzie. Kenzie, too smart, says, I'm going up to the top side of the map. Let's not bother with this. Let's go elsewhere. Let's go to the main base. Let's sneak around the side and try and push off this gold mine. Mister's on the bottom gold mine as well here. One villager goes down. The army differential here. Very, very close in power. But Mister's clicked up now through Osiris. The timing here is very slim. Because the Son of Osiris for Mister is going to do just as much damage as the Son of Osiris for Kenzie, except Kenzie's invested more into myth units. As Mister just simply runs his villagers, this immobile army here tries to chase around, as we're seeing Spearmen getting some value over here, though the Mummy is able to clean up all of this straggler force. More Spearmen on this side getting some kills onto villagers here is absolutely huge. As the army of Kenzie swinging up onto this position, trying to take out more villagers, but Mister just says, bye-bye, I'm out of here. As the Migdol units are able to defend on this position, villagers setting themselves up to the top corner of the map there, trying to take out this Migdol stronghold for the time being. Son of Osiris will be able to get in, going to be able to take out those wadgets in a couple of blows here. A whole bunch of priests are already through for the Mister, so he manages to take out one mummy, but trades nearly all of those wadgets for it. As the army of Kenzie is now starting to get unleashed onto the Mister. How many minions can he get? There's the Mythic Age through for the Mister as well. He's going to have his own Son of Osiris, but is it too little too late? The army of the Mister is completely erased here as Kenzie pushes through. He's pushed off this gold mine. The villagers, there's still a lot of villagers out on the map here for TheMista. He's going to be getting his own mummies cooking here as well. Son of Osiris out onto this position, can take out these units very nice and also get himself his own minions here as it's Spearman Mummy for TheMista versus the premium Migdol units here for Kenzie. As now Mr. is going up for a third town center. Kenzie is still on one town center, but does it matter is the big question. Kenzie's now pushing through. He's still got that Atef crown, which allows his units so much more value as he doesn't quite manage to get the Son of Osiris shot onto those minions, onto those spearmen there running away. But the villagers on the back here are going to be taking a lot of damage here. Son of Osiris pushing forward, maybe a little bit too far at the moment. Son of Osiris gets the shot off, does manage to get a couple of minions, or a minion out of that one. Pharaoh going to be coming in onto this position as well as the Son of Osiris cleaning up even more of those spearmen. Mr. is desperately trying to hold on this position here as the Son of Osiris cleaning up two mummies on the back here. And the Son of Osiris for the Mr. on the back here gets caught out. We're now starting to see a whole bunch of those mercenary cavalry coming out as the mummy plague has been dealt with. The Son of Osiris has been dealt with, but so too has the Mr. almost lost his own Son of Osiris with 34 HP remaining. The Mister's score is in a crazy amount of advantage here. And in the end, he manages to barely hold on here. But hold on he does as he puts a stop to the fairly insane Kenzie Mummy. Son of Osiris, fast mythic, all in here. Not enough to take out the Mister, but it was a scary moment for him. I believe that Mr. was preparing in this game for Thoth. He was preparing for Thoth, Mask, Camel Rider with Valley of the Kings. That's why he went in with those spearmen. But Kenzie threw that curveball going through Osiris. However, Osiris is a slow burn. Yes, you get out the mummy. Yes, you get out the Son of Osiris. Yes, you get the Chariot Archer and the Camel Rider out. But it takes time. It takes time for that to happen, and that's something that you don't have when you're on one town center. Now, if Kenzie went for, say, a village center on this strategy, I don't think he's as far behind on villager count, and I think that slow burn doesn't end up mattering as much, and he can continue putting this pressure on. But going with the one town center route, and just how well Mr. plays it to just defend against all of that early pressure. Maybe if Kenzie kind of split up his Camel Riders a little bit better and looked for better raids or something, he might be able to find something else, but doesn't go for it. That's the win there for the Mr. Up 2-0. Can he complete the sweep here and go home early today, so to speak? Or will Kenzie be able to find his way onto the board here? Find out in the next game. Game number 3 in the right-hand corner of the map, playing as Set, currently up 2-0. His name is TheMista. In the left-hand corner of the map, in the red color, playing as Poseidon, his name is Kenzie. Kenzie did throw a very big curveball at the Mr. in the last game, but Mr. was able to hold with the mummy shenanigans. In the first game, he tried to throw a very aggressive strategy. So he's gone for the aggressive strategy with the Chronos Rush. The cheese, if you will. He's gone for the fast mythic cheese, if you will, with Isis. Is there a cheese here with Poseidon that he can throw at the Mr.'s set? Or is he going to go for another curveball, which would be standard gameplay? Find out next time on Wrath of the Gods Retold, main event round 1. Alrighty. Nonetheless, let's take a quick look at what's happening over on this position here.
In wedge.
6 villagers on food for the Mister. He's got 3 on gold. He's getting that pickaxe coming through. Getting some good scouting already in for Kenzie, as he's going to be stealing a lot of the Mister's goats away, as the Mister with that very, very sad, slow baboon. Takes a long time to find any of those goats, but he is sending them back, and we'll see what Kenzie's going to be able to spot himself as he runs that Doskopos all the way back over here and going to be smacking the rhinoceros, and he says, "Get out of here." I didn't even know that was possible. We already got Hermes coming through, so it's yet another very, very fast advance time. Seriously, I didn't know that that was possible. I thought that smacking the rhino was supposed to make the rhino attack you, not the priest. Well, back to the drawing board on that one. Nonetheless, looks like there's some serious counterplay available to set on this current batch that a lot of people weren't really aware of. As the Katoskopos steals some goats! The goat stealing shenanigans is all onwards and upwards. Relics on the map. Belt of Argus, +6. Line of sight. Over here we got that Hermes' winged sandals, +10% of the hero movement speed. Love that relic. Got Chariots of Sibel over here for the gold lions. Love that one. Bridal Pegasus also another amazing relic there. As the Centaur is out, and Kenzie is going to be looking for some very early pressure in this game. Sniping up the baboon. First blood. We do not condone animal abuse here at Boit TV. This is an evil animal, so it's okay. As we see Dark coming through, it's a little bit on the later side here for the Mister. 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Does manage to snipe the zebra of Set there before it gets in onto the main town center. As the Centaur going to come through in an attempt to hit some villages onto this position. The Pharaoh is in, but no real ability to get damage done for the time being, as Kenzie just gets the tiniest bits of damage started there as the villagers get sent packing. They're going to actually move over here and try and eat that zebra on the other side there. As in the main base, Kenzie going to be getting out some Hippias and just looking for the early pressure here. In the main base for the Mister, he's already got 2 monuments down. Barracks coming through. He's going to be throwing that spit. We got that spy vision coming into the main base here for Kenzie. Or for the Mister. He sees Kenzie's main base. He sees the stable. He sees the temple. He knows exactly what to expect here. And in some way, a really, really tricky way to play this for Kenzie is following this vision. He can just go for a town center. Because at this point, the Mister's going to be thinking Kenzie is going for, like, stables or whatever. Hippias. As units are pushing through, he's got 2 Hippias out, getting a little bit of damage done. Mister comes through. Has he managed to take out that Centaur? Yes, Centaur down. Tango down. Wajid gets 2x bonus versus myth units. Absolutely dominates them. As the villagers are going to be making their way over onto this town center. But will Mister know this? That's the question. As now the Mister going to be sending out those spearmen. Now the question is, with this classical army, what can he really get? If he comes through, he's going to be too late. This town center is going to be up. There's no vision. He doesn't have clairvoyance. So there's not going to be any way to force a ceasefire here. And there's 2 rhinos on this town center. So this is a really, really nice position for Kenzie to get himself this position up. Now the important thing here for Kenzie is to lure these rhinos in pronto. Otherwise, Mister's going to be able to pull them away, or at least one of them away, and kill it elsewhere. And Kenzie, very aware of that, going to be doing so very nicely. And now Mr. a bit slow on this one. He's now has to figure out a little bit of a different idea, as this is the first time I've seen anyone using Zebra in the army, but 15 HP, 5 damage, not bad. It's also kind of the dead carcass do provide a little bit of how do you say, body blocking? Literally and figuratively speaking. So units are going to be pushing forward, looking for a little bit of damage here. Priest in the center of the map going to be getting sniped down. Spearman turning around, going to try and get little bits of damage done onto this position here. As the Spearmen do manage to clean up the Theseus, that's a big win. The Wadget's going to look like... I mean, here's the thing. With the Wadgets, they can push forward and snipe villagers underneath this town center. So this is not safe in the slightest here as Kenzie pushes back. I mean, what's he going to do? Does he lose a village? Oh, oh. You can't avoid the poison. You have to have a healer in. Temple going to be coming down. The watchtowers, however... come through for Kenzie, but he is in a lot of trouble right now as these Wadgets are just going to be causing so many problems moving forward here for Kenzie. He didn't get the walls up. He didn't get the defenses up. And the Wadgets can just poke at this gold mine consistently. Kills another villager over there. Obelisk getting taken out on this position as well. And there's just so many spearmen here that can just sit here and just hold. As TheMista retreats back, going to be looking over onto this left side, looking for even more pressure. As Kenzie, lots of wood in the bank now. He basically has to be on this spot, but he still doesn't have the defenses here. And to be completely honest here, the Mystic can literally just walk straight up to this town center. The town center will get a couple of pot shots off. He can kill off a whole bunch of villagers. And then the Wadget's can retreat back and he can just heal them up with the priest on the front. As we've even got Mr. grabbing food over here. He's going to be going up through Nephthys. Still hasn't forced out a ceasefire, but still going for that heroic age. Also going to be grabbing himself that copper shields here. As Kenzie dropping a market. Villagers coming back onto the gold mine, but take a look at Mr.'s line of sight. He sees everything and more. As one Wadget comes over, gets a couple of shots off onto the villager there. He gets 3 Wadget shots, I believe, off the top of my head to kill off a villager. Another villager over here ends up getting sniped, and Kenzie has to keep moving back and forth of this gold mine. He could throw a mining camp over here, delete this, and kind of long distance mine, so the Wadgets have to go a little bit further, and the Atalanta can charge forward and try and get a little bit of damage done. But the Wadget numbers are just absolutely overbearing here for the TheMista at this point. I mean, one idea would be to try and get a tiny raid up onto this position, but TheMista's got a whole bunch of spearmen over here. He's now going up to Nephthys, and Nephthys does 2 things. One, it unlocks heavy spearmen, which makes these spearmen even more scary. And 2, it makes those Wadgets, which are already a force to be reckoned with, even stronger. Well, we do see Aphrodite coming through, and that's going to be a big help. Military Academy coming up onto this position as the Hippias charging back. The Atalanta looking to charge forward here as well. Heroes do get stronger as well when you get to the next age, but more importantly, Kenzie now will have access to Hippolyta, which will be a big assistance against these Wadgets. But he's not able to afford it, right? He needs... No, he can. I think he can. Oh, he doesn't have the gold. I think it's is it 150 gold or 100 gold? I'm not sure. The Wadgets just keep on poking forward, keep on getting villager kills here. Kenzie is technically in front on the villager count at the moment, but that doesn't mean anything if your villagers are all kind of idle. As you see a whole bunch of farms coming up. The walls are down on the bottom side of the map. I love that Kenzie was able to set that up there. Military Academy coming up onto the back. 1 second away from completing this one. Still no Hippolyta. This is what he needs to kind of prevent this sort of forward push Let's look at the damage onto that Nemean lion. That was 6 spits and he goes to half HP. No, maybe it was more than that. So many spits. Now Mr. is gearing up to be very close to full population, and I wouldn't be surprised if you just go straight to the Mythic Age. Behind all of this. Does he have a Migdol? It's only 300 gold. We can put a Migdol up on this position and then just race to the Mythic Age. And just say nighty-night to an entire army of Kenzie. But there's the Hippolyta. Heroes charging forward, picking up the relic. That's Bridle the Pegasus. Oh. But Kenzie just can't do anything. As the Nemean Lion pushes forward and the Nemean Lion is out of here. He literally just can't do anything in this position. How much gold? He can sell food. He can sell wood. So there is something he can do. So he can make an army. But at what point does an army of Greek deal with this? He's got ceasefire. I don't know if he can use that to try and get on top of those Wadgets or something. Maybe. Whole bunch of villagers onto the temple here. He can go for mass centaur. It's not a bad shout. The pacifist centaur makes a lot of sense. Now clairvoyance on the way. Shaft mine on the way. Migdol stronghold on the front position now for the TheMista. Up. There a healthy amount of a pacifist now starting to come out as Curse gets dropped down and Kenzie says, it's go time. Can he get the damage done or not? Ancestors gets dropped. Kenzie retreats back. And Mr. says, no, not just yet. Horus is coming. Just wait for Horus for me. A couple of chariot archers to join in onto the fight so we can deal with those pacifist. And Horus now on the way. But no ceasefire from Kenzie just yet. As the minion's going to move over onto this left side, he can click that ceasefire now, and the ancestors won't get any value. Or he can garrison all his villages and take a couple of villager losses. Either or. All options are fine. There's the spearman charging forward here. We see the scorpion men coming in onto the back. As, whoop, gets a little bit of damage off, but takes a lot of damage on the retreat there. Is it going to get taken out? Yes, it does. Kenzie's still trying to make himself a whole bunch of centaur and everything else as he says it's time to attack. And there's the ceasefire. As he charges forward, the centaur gets sniped down. And Kenzie now on top of the Wadgets. Nope. And he says he's out of here. As the TheMista manages to claim this series in decisive fashion. A very fast 3-0 victory here for the TheMista over Kenzie. I mean, the only thing here that I think Kenzie could have done to help himself out in this game is build his base in a way in which this gold mine is protected. So, for example, temple out here, or maybe a wall, or anything just to defend this position. I have to expect that the Wadgets shooting from here, they're not going to quite make it onto this, but maybe you have to push out onto this spot as well. I'm not 100% sure, but this was a position here that maybe it's just the case that when your opponent is going for these Wadgets, you cannot go for a fast second town center as Greek because you need to take these Wadgets out nice and quickly. But definitely building positioning here to try and defend this gold mine was a must for Kenzie. But Mr., as Mr. does, comes in, dominates. GG, well played here. If you guys enjoyed this one, definitely consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah, like, what else you do? Camels or bust? Camels versus the better camels. I'm going one town center here. 1 town center camels.
In wedge. Antio. Tayo.
At least then I don't have to play
In a jirek.
like whatever the fuck this is normally going to be.
Inito.
Rig you are baya.
And which?
Inito.
Antio.
Inito. Ayo refer. Inito. Ayo refer.
In
Tayo.
wedge.
Greek. Ayo refer.
Entio. Gereg. In wedge. En nu. Inage. Erect. I nu.
Rig no.
Gereg. Entio. In ear nu.
Inito. Rig tie no.
Let's get our obelisks down.
Antio.
Villagers over to here. We're going to get that upgrade first.
In wedge.
Entio nu.
Initi tayo. No.
Gereg nu.
Ayo refer. UIR.
And you are baya.
In a jirek.
Okay,
In Greek.
let's go.
Greek. Tayo. Inito. Ayo refer. Tayo. UIR.
He's aggressively scouting, as he should. I can't really stop that.
Inage nu.
Jirej.
And tayo baya.
Do I need any wood in the classical age? No, I don't. Right? I don't need wood in the classical age, do I? What do I need? Husbandry? No. Let's just come over onto food here.
Rig. Baya. Tai baya. Inito. In which you I air. Kids. Rig. Kids.
And which?
Inito. Kids you I air.
Kid.
Greek. In tayo. Tayo refer. Greek. Tayo. UIR. Tayo.
In which
In Greek. UIR. Tayo refer.
In a jirek.
Yeah, it's just a straight fast relic, right?
In and which?
Rig kids baya.
Inito. And which?
Inito baya. And kids.
Inito. Tayo.
Okay.
Inito. Ayo refer. UIR.
Gereg. Enti ayu. Ak. You ayu.
In a tayo.
Inito.
Can't really leave my base because
And
there's shifting sands, right?
Rig.
And tayo. UIR. And we tayo. Ayo refer. UIR. Greek. Tayo. UIR. Greek.
In which
Inito. Inito. And which? UIR. Greek. Tayo.
In ak.
And which?
Rig. Inito.
And which? UIR. Greek. And ayo refer.
Entio.
In kids.
Jirej.
In ayu. Ak.
In wedge. Erifir.
Tayo. Greek. Tayo. And which? Ayo refer.
Inito tayo. Kids.
Entio. Kid.
And which? Inito. Tayo.
In kids.
Antio. Tayo. Ak.
In wedge.
Rig.
Inito. And we ayure UIR.
In ak baya. Inito. EU kids.
You refer. And you refer. UIR.
Jirej. Ak. Ak. In wedge. Antio. Ak. Erifir. Tayo. In ak. Tayo. Ak.
In which
In tayo. Ak.
In urify you. And in your ear. In you. Into you.
rig ak
Jirej. Erifir. Tayo.
In you refer. You refer. UIR.
Gerrig. EUER. Into you. Gerrig. In you. EUER. And with EU. Into you. Gerrig. EU. In you. Refer. Into you.
UIR. Inito. Tayo.
In wedge. Ak.
And
Into you. EU.
In a
Refer.
jirek.
Into you. In you.
And
Refer.
ak. In a intio.
Gerrig. In you. Gerrig. Into you. EUER.
Jirej. Tayo.
UIR. Inito.
in with baya tayo
Tayo. Inito.
And Gerrig. Into you. And Gerrig. Into you. EU. In you. Refer.
rig
In wedge. And wedge. Into you. ER. And EU. In you. Into you. EU. In you. Refer. In you. Into you. Into you.
Tayo.
EU. Refer.
inito ak ro iya tawit
Into you. Refer. And wedge. ER. Into you. At you. Gerrig. And wedge. Gerrig. Into you. Gerrig. And wedge. Gerrig. Into you. EU. Refer.
in which
Into you.
Tayo.
And
UIR.
EU. Into you.
rig tayo kid
And wedge. Gerrig. And
Greek.
Gerrig.
And we UIR. Tayo refer.
In wedge. Ak.
And UIR.
And wedge. Into you. Gerrig.
And
wedge.
And init. Greek. Tayo.
Into you. And into you. And into you.
Tayo refer. In UIR.
Into you. Gerrig. And into you. Into you. At you.
Ak.
And
EU.
In
Refer.
ak.
and in you e in you e into and you e into
Oh my god, can we just run?
into you e
하요
AU 이어터위
단지요
Tayo. Ayo refer.
into you and
You
into
tayo.
you
IUIR.
you e
In tayo. Ayu tayo.
and wedge into you into you into you e into you into you into you into you e and into you refer in you e you refer
Greek.
into you into you and you into and you refer in you e Gary in you e you refer
tayo at
in
ibaya
Gary and wedge into you e
Greg kids baya
in Gary and wedge you e
Greek. UIR.
into you into you you refer and in you at you at you in you into you
My chariots versus their chariots. Hey?
And we Greek tayo.
into you
Finito tayo
into you
enak tayo baya
and wedge at you
And tayo. UIR.
into you Gary and into you and at into you and into you into you into you at you into you into you into you Gary you refer and into you refer and Gary you into you refer into you and Gary into you and you refer you into you you refer into you into you Gary in you into you and into you
하요
into you into you in you refer in you into you in you and into you
Greg in you refer
into you Gary you into you and wedge you refer in you into you
하요
Tayo.
Gary you and wedge at you in you into you in you refer into you refer into you
Ayu tayo.
in at you and into you
In ayu refer.
Gary you and at you into you Gary and wedge into you and you into you Gary you into you and into you in you and into you
NUI kids
into you
IR.
아야지요
and wedge
Greek.
into you
Greek. Ini tayo.
you into and into you refer
Greek. Ayu in Greek. UIR.
이네지레
and into you
tayo kids
In and which.
Gerek in we gerek in
And we Greek. Tayo.
you refer and
In
wedge
and which.
into you
Ini ayu refer.
into you into you and into you and into you girl you into you refer and into you girl you refer and you into girl into you refer and you into you girl into you and you refer into you refer
UER
and you refer
baya
Gary you into you refer
baya
and into you refer into you and wait you refer into you Gary and into you refer into you refer and into you into girl and into you Garrett, and wedge. Into you, into Garrett, into you. Into you, into you, into you, into you, into you, into you, into you,
Greg Baya.
Jiresh.
Greg Naya in
Image
Shrek.
Jiresh. In wedge. Erif high
and wedge. Into you. And into you, Garrett, into you, at you, and into you. Garrett, and into you, Garrett, and into you, Garrett, and wedge. Into you, Garrett, and into you, into you, into you,
He need to Greg Baya. Tayo kids. He need you Tayo kids.
you, into you, and wedge. Into you, into you, into you,
Tabea.
And by he need to
Pro and
and
Yahweh.
you know
Garrett, and you refer. Into you, refer.
and act. You are kids.
And
Greg.
wedge.
Garrett, kid.
And
In Garrett, into Garrett, U-E-R. Into you, and into you, into you, and Garrett, U-E-R, into you, into you, Garrett, and into you, Garrett, into you,
And kid.
and wedge, into you, refer.
He need and with you refer.
Into you, and Garrett, you into you, refer.
Kid.
He need to and kids.
Kid.
And into you,
He need act kids.
into you, U-E-R. Into you,
Greg kids.
into you, U-E-R. Into you, and into you, U-E-R. Into you,
He need to kids.
into you, U-E-R. Into you, you refer. Into you, into you, U-E, into you. Garrett,
Greg you are no. He are no. Greg kids. He need to
into you, U-E-R, into you, in U-E-R, you refer. Into you, and into U-E-R, Garrett, you, at you,
and Greg kids.
into you, and with, into you, in U-E-R, in U-E-R, into you, U-E-R.
GG, I guess. Oh. He didn't go for camels. So that meant we could go for chariots, which are just as strong. So if he goes for camels, then there's nothing I can do, right? But he was nice. He went for the barracks units. He went for the counter archer, so that meant I could build my archer. at how much. Look at my KD. Look at how much better I am than him. This is just like I'm just like this much better than him. Look, I built 41 slingers. I built 29 chariot archers. So I had the perfect comp. That's why I have so many more kills than him. Yeah, the matchup is a lot more fun when the slingers are actually good. I agree. Yeah. Anyways, GG. It was a fun game. It was. I'm like, this is on the side of the type of game that I prefer to play. So maybe I just need to stop going 2 town center and Egyptian wall and just go for the all-in cheese every single time. Cheese, quote unquote cheese. At least I'm fighting for the entirety of the game. Instead of going 2 town center. If you go 2 town center, then it's just going to be fast mythic every single game and there's nothing there. So I guess you go 1 town center and just hope that you can get the gold stuff. Or, yeah, hope that he, for whatever reason, decides to go barracks units. I feel like I've tried this strategy before against Chemo and I on Elysium, and I was like, it works, but because he went 2 town center fast heroic, but I was set, I guess. I don't have that Ancestors Eclipse. I went 1 town center all in, and I killed him. I killed his 2 Migdols. But then he snuck a gold mine. So I just have to like not get anything snuck, I guess. Anyways, GG.